Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. Today I will be showing you how to mix your bleach to bleach a lace closure. So first up, you'll need some bleach. I use a bleach with a violet base just to take away those brassy tones at the end. Also, you will need a bowl of some sort to mix your product in, as well as some form of spatula to spread that bleach onto your lace closure. Here I'm using a spatula to mix that bleach. It doesn't really matter what you use as long as it gets the job done. Today I'm using 30 volume cream developer just to give me some time to get that bleach up there and it not over process that lace closure. So you'll want to start out with 1 scoop of bleach. And when you pour that bleach in, you'll want to put your developer in small amounts, making sure you get the correct consistency. As you can see here, I'm pouring slow, using a little bit at a time. And you want to mix. Making sure you get all that bleach saturated. I like to pour mine to the middle so you can actually see, what's dry, what's wet, how much I need to pour in, and all that great stuff. You also want to use a bowl that doesn't have the ridges on the bottom, like this one I'm using, because it will hold a lot of your product, which will make you use more product than you have to. As you can see here, I'm pouring in more product because it wasn't fully saturated. You want it to be a thick creamy consistency. Just continue to pull that bleach to the middle while mixing that developer so you can see and make sure that that bleach is distributed evenly with the developer. So once it's fully mixed, you should have a consistency similar to this. It should be thick to the point where it will not fall off of your spatula. And that's how you want it. So when you actually apply it to that lace, it won't seep through your lace and bleach the hair underneath. You want it to lay right on top of that lace closure, just bleaching those knots. So when you get your consistency right, you can now proceed with bleaching your lace closure. Here I'm using my Elite Strands 4x4 lace closure in the free pardon style with a light brown lace. You want to start with putting your bleach on there, spreading from the back to the front. Wow, look at that. That's a lot of bleach, right? You absolutely do not need to use that much. I'm actually doing this on purpose to show you some of the things that could go wrong when using too much product. First and foremost, you're wasting your product, which means the more product you use, the more product you have to buy. So a little bit goes a long way. Work in small amounts. Way too much. And it causes issues like what you see to the left of that lace closure. It gets everywhere. And you don't want to get in the habit of doing that because you can bleach the hair. Then you have to go back and darken that hair to match the rest of the hair, and it just makes your job harder. So you see right there, What you want to do is go ahead and get that off of the hair. Just wipe it right off. And as a disclaimer, you will always want to use gloves when working with any type of chemical, because you can get a chemical burn from these chemicals if they sit on the skin for too long. Now, granted, I'm a licensed cosmetologist. I've been doing this for 10 plus years. So I not all the time do I put my gloves on because I work very fast. And I do have a towel close by to wipe that product right off my skin as I'm pulling it off of that hair. Continue to go back and get all of the spots you have missed, so you'll have that consistent scalp look as if it's growing out of your scalp when you actually part this lace closure. As you can see at the top, I left some knots uncovered, and I did that on purpose so you can see. You want to slow down, take your time, and make sure everything is covered. And that bleach that I just wiped off right there isn't actually no hair there. It's just being messy. You want to slow down, take your time, even if you have to use a lower volume developer, meaning it will process slower. So if you are new to this and you just want to take your time, use like a 20 volume and actually take your time and get that bleach up there. And, it's going to give you a longer processing time, so you won't have to rush. Now, if you're using 30, 40 volume, it's going to start turning pretty quickly. Make sure you're evenly spreading that bleach. Getting all that excess off. And it's going to happen. It's definitely going to happen. It's not a problem at all as long as you get it off. If you leave it sitting there, it will change the color of the hair. And as you can see here, you can see where I didn't have bleach at. Take your time. Go back. Add more bleach. Not a lot. Like that right there. Work with small amounts. A little bit will always go a long way. Take your time. Less work that you have to do, because when you do speed and you use too much product, you have to go back and you have to clean it up, possibly having to recolor again. So as you can see right here, all the knots on that closure is covered. Now, what I'm showing you here is if you need to mix up some more bleach, it is absolutely okay for you to use that same bowl without going to wash it out or any of that. It's the same product. Just mix it up the same way using small amounts of developer. Mix it the same exact way. This time I think I'm going to use the knife. Yep. And just, continue to mix it until you get the consistency that you like, and move on with the next step. And I'm mixing up more bleach because I'm going to show you how to bleach a lace closure when it's already attached to a wig unit. And the clips of the units that you'll see in this video, they are not units made by me. And they are not made with Elite Strands virgin hair. I was doing maintenance on another client's wigs for her. She no longer wanted to use makeup on her lace closures. She wanted the knots bleached. So I'm performing that maintenance for her. So yeah, here we go. Flip that cap inside out. You want a clear canvas of what you're about to do. Get all the hair out the way. Get it in a position that you don't have anything covering that lace canvas that you're about to cover. Spread your bleach. Take your time, because doing it this way, your lace is already cut. So you want to be very careful with that front hairline, because you can easily bleach those baby hairs and it will not look good, sis. It will not look good at all. So take your time. Hold that hair out of the way. If that lace is starting to curve the opposite direction, make sure you're holding it back so you can get that bleach right up there where that hair is. And like I stated, if you get some bleach on the hair, go ahead and get it off. Do not give it time to process on that hair, because it will change the color. It's okay. It's going to happen. It happens to me, and I've been doing this a while. And it's going to happen to you, and it's okay. Just go ahead and get that bleach off of that hair as much as possible. You don't have to worry about the little splatter that's left, because that's going to all come out when you shampoo this bleach from the unit anyway. Again, you do not have to use this much product. Don't waste your product. Your product costs you money. So use a little bit at a time. Only use what you need. The more product you use, the more product you will be buying. So take your time, use small amounts, and get this job done efficiently. And that's the whole purpose of this bleach being the thick consistency that it is so that it won't bleed through that lace. Because if it does, you're going to have what we call hot roots. It's going to look like about a half of an inch of the hair is bleached. And it's not going to look like it's growing out of your scalp. It's just going to look like a bad bleach job. And you don't want that. So make sure your bleach is thick and not runny. So yeah, this is what it looks like after you're done. And it's okay if it gets on the cap. The cap is made with a synthetic fiber, so it's not going to bleach the cap. Here I was showing you how it looks on the opposite side. And when you're ready to just let it sit and process, flip that cap back inward and let it process for like 15. So yeah, here is my lovely client after I applied her lace closure sew-in. As you can tell, it looks very natural, as if it is growing from her scalp. And that's the end result that you want. You want it to look natural. You should not be able to tell that it's a lace. Unless they're super, super close up on it, then, it's a lace closure. It's not your actual hair, so they will be able to tell. But they should not be that close to you that they can see those knots on that closure. This baby is unclockable. What lace, y'all? So, okay. Thank you for tuning in. Please like, comment, and subscribe. And follow me on my Instagram pages at Crowned by Chrissy and Elite Strands.